Hey, muy buenos días, muy buenas tardes, muy buenas noches. Nos encontramos en este juego tan hermoso que es el Ghenshin y estamos en la misión de... Estamos haciendo misiones legendarias y hoy estamos con la misión de Clorite, que parece ser una obra de arte porque literalmente es como un juego, pero en la vida real, así que continuemos. Recibirás un encargo como uno de los cazadores. Entonces surcas los mares en un barco hasta llegar a la ciudad de que se
As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like your eyes, meet. And you realize these people are...
You're all Marashose hunters too, right? Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade, and what say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the...
Okay, count me in. My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by Amara.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone? My name is Farina, and, Hey, that's really... You can do it, Farina. That's
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and companion to this
I've been studying the culinary arts since I was a child. I hope my delicious food can help boost people's...
That's wonderful. I'll be looking forward to your...
Well, if we're all here for the same commission, why don't we take some time to confirm what we need to do?
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marashose hunters, the lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of
The layout of this city looks super familiar. It kind of reminds Paimon of Mondstadt.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled. You recall the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle... Yet, as you regard the city in front of you, it appears to be little more than an empty shell. Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning...
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my attention to the signatures at the bottom. Who issued this commission to us?
Esto de aquí es arte, puta. Cada misión legendaria tiene su toque, su hermosura, loco. Eso es lo que le hace este juego increíblemente hermoso. Aunque es para explorar, es de hecho, porque tienes que estar explorando horas y horas y horas y horas y horas. Lo mismo para artefactos, para recolectar artefactos. Aunque ahorita creo que hay una función, como ya no he jugado hace tiempo tampoco, porque no he tenido un teléfono que cargue y también me he olvidado del juego porque es muy largo. Yo tengo 2 putos continentes más y ni siquiera acabo este y ni siquiera acabo el de Sumero, lo puede completar. Entonces, volviendo chetos estamos, pero bueno, voy a seguir acabo las misiones legendarias y voy a seguir con recolección de artefactos para mejorar a mis personajes, porque literalmente esta cuenta está en la verga, loco, la verga. Ni siquiera puedo pasar un puto abismo, loco, desde que empecé este maldito juego.
You see a long string of unfamiliar names. It would seem that many of the residents of the city issued this commission together. They sensed that things were not...
In that case, why don't we take a... good idea. We might be able to get some leads on the monsters and
You look up and see a tavern nearby. It appears to be open for the day.
Why don't we go check out that tavern? If the novels I've read are anything to go by, taverns...
La verga, estoy muy mal. ¡Qué verga! ¿Cómo hice para llegar a Mosca, loco? ¿Qué es esto? Esto es arte, literalmente.
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather we're having to...
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right. The weather today is quite lovely.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. Oh, come now, don't be sad. Life is all... I don't think that's the kind of... Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some... You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this. Hey! Did she just. Me?
Gloria must have broke character for a second. This isn't getting us anywhere. Traveler, maybe you can think.
Are you sure? In that case, please refer to the fatometer.
Hijo de puta. Chato madre.
We failed the check?
You remain silent as you prepare a pot and fire to use for cooking. The woman stares at you with her mouth agape as you skillfully cut the ingredients and toss them into the pot. Perhaps your skills have regressed due to lack of use, but soon the unpleasant...
Oh no,
It's all.
Miss, we'd love to learn more about the monsters you mentioned. If you're willing to open up to us, we might...
Mira, hijo de puta, esto está interesantísimo, puta.
You weren't even the one that learned persuasion.
My troubles, you say? A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched.
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those monsters as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just try to remain optimistic, and we don't always get to choose what happens to us. But we do get to choose the little things, like what we eat and how we respond to the things life throws our way. I hope that one day, you too will recognize the power of something as small and inconsequential as a delicious dessert.
You bid farewell to the woman and continue your journey further into the city.
¿Ves? Es lo que te digo, esto es lo que te digo. Mira, 5 de la mañana, loco, 5 de la puta mañana. Estoy aquí jugando este juego y ¿sabes desde qué horas estoy despierto jugando? Estoy despierto desde las 2, loco, y no he hecho ni una misión legendaria. Solo he explorado el mapa, verás. Literalmente no he explorado. Digo y me tengo. A mí había el problema.
Watch out! Watch out!
Cuando alguien entré, ya se empezó a hacer. Pero bueno, como les iba diciendo, 2 de la mañana empecé a jugar y literalmente estoy con la misión de Clorinde desde el día viernes. Y ahorita ya son las 5 de la mañana. 5 de la mañana, ¿no? Ya mismo mi familia se despierta para irse al mercado a comprar cosas y eso. Y yo creo que están andando, así que no voy a poder hablar mucho. Pero continúo con esta misión. Como te digo, mira, 2 de la mañana ya las 5 lo que he hecho. Explorar solo una parte del mapa de Santa que ni siquiera lo completé. Ni siquiera lo he completado. Yo siempre fue el 62% de una parte de lo que ese que te digo.
As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Although he doesn't seem very friendly, merchants are...
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I...
That depends. How much are you willing to...
How about this much?
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an...
Surely an onion can't be that expensive.
What do you know? War is nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before. If you're not...
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something? Sir, we came to this city to solve the very problem you seem to be referring to. The war you mentioned. If you happen to be well informed and know a thing or two about what's going on, we'd appreciate it if you could share that information with us. After all, the sooner...
Hijo de puta.
Well, things are basically as you said, young lady. Those monsters are camped outside the city, and they've been destroying all our trade routes. We have limited reserves within the city, so if this continues, we're all gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan in place to...
We could all starve, and those nobles in the palace wouldn't even... Who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots.
That is concerning.
All right. That's all the information you need, right? Off with you now.
You know, if you smiled a little more, you'd definitely get more business. And I bet that would make your life just a...
Huevo que sí.
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
La Caterina no está aquí. Wow, es increíble. Primera vez que no veo a Caterina. No, mentira. Pues sí, esto es una hora. Literalmente, como les iba diciendo, cada misión legendaria y cada misión que hacen, para mí es como de una historia, como si estuviera...
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low. He doesn't seem to notice your approach, still immersed in his own thoughts.
This guy seems promising enough. Hello, sir. Is there anything I...
Wait, you're...
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're Amara Jose.
You recognize us?
Yes! Oh, I didn't expect you to actually come. Oh,
What happened here?
Alas, we once lived comfortable, carefree lives. This city used to be free. However, monsters have once again surrounded the city. Perhaps the seal that kept them at bay has lost its power. Or
Are there not enough soldiers to...
it's not a question of numbers. The guards simply have no idea how to deal with them. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the Marashose hunters drove back the monsters. To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those...
Well, you can rest easy, friend. The righteous and formidable...
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes...
Still, if we are going to hunt the monsters, we need to know...
all I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. Oh, although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road...
I see.
All right, be careful. Oh, and one last thing. The monsters outside the city are just part of... They're actively working with the monsters, and have corrupted the court ministers with malicious magic. Even one of our kindest ministers has turned into a boorish and unreasonable figure, interested in nothing but enacting laws that exploit the people.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try to cheer him up?
Huh? Like... Now...
I appreciate your kindness, but for now, it's more important to focus on the crisis. Brave hunters, I leave the future of this kingdom to...
Huevo que sí. No sé cuándo vaya a subir este maldito video. No sé si me animo a subir porque
If I
literalmente...
understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
No sé si voy a subir este video del Ghenshin, pero literalmente, loco, esto es lo que me encanta del Ghenshin Impact. Literal. Te puedo decir mil cosas. Y lo que más me encanta del Ghenshin Impact es las historias. Cada historia literalmente es como algo distinto. Ya sea en animación, en gráficos, en trama. Puta, tiene muchas cosas que decir historia de Ghenshin Impact. Lo único malo es que soy pendejo, loco. Literalmente, si hubiese comenzado el juego con buen pie, esto sería otra cosa, loco. Yo no sabía nada, yo solo seguía la historia, exploraba así más o menos, Pero ya después, ya cuando estuve por ¿Qué digo? Pues ya cuando estuvo saliendo la nación de Inazuma, ahí recién me di cuenta que necesitaba mejorar a mis personajes y tenía buenos artefactos, mejorar talentos y todo. Y eso es un martirio, especialmente por la resina, que solo tienes 200 de resina. Y bueno, ese ya es otro cuento para otra historia de ahorita. Ya son las 5 de la mañana, loco. Tengo hasta las 6 para acabar esta historia, literalmente. Porque, como les digo, desde las 2 de la mañana estoy jugando este man. Este buen juego. No me digas maldito juego. Mi boca me tiene. Casi me la trago. Pero bueno, este juego literalmente. Llevo desde las 2, como 2 de la mañana. Intentando querer, pero ya se presentan las misiones diarias que ni siquiera hago. La exploración, querer artefactos para mi caso Jalita, porque no pego nada, literalmente no pego nada. Un puto caracol me mató, literal. Bueno, y como les dije, vamos a continuar con esta bellísima historia que es la misión de Clorinda, que literalmente no me acuerdo cómo se llama la misión, pero bueno, porque tiene un nombre, pero literalmente estoy haciendo todas las misiones que no he podido hacer en estos 3 años que no he entrado a jugarlo. 3 o 2 años.
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerers.
But which... Well, this seems like a good moment for a break. Take some time.
I really didn't expect the people in the city to keep us at arm's length like that. I totally thought the hunters would be treated like heroes. Well, Clarence said the script took cues from the real history of Fontaine, right? Maybe
I wouldn't say it's a perfect representation of history, but there are definitely some similarities.
Sure. As long as it doesn't spoil anything in the script. You brought up bits and pieces of the Hunter's history before, but it was all in passing.
Hana wants to know too. The hunters were super powerful, right? Were they all from a special line of supernatural beings or something? Kind of like the yokai in
No. All Marashose hunters were ordinary mortal fighters. The only thing that set them apart were the special sword techniques.
Huh? So you mean anyone could become a Marashose?
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training and master the swordsmanship techniques required. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages, and others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person. To become a hunter, you must be
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known as Remuria. After that dynasty fell, monsters began to appear. One of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria used his power to assemble a formidable army of golems. He sought to use that force to establish himself as king.
Now wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script. We still haven't found any in-game information on him yet.
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then...
Wait, but those people are all from a super long time ago.
From my master.
By master? Someone you know? Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends. Back in the day.
Let's not get off topic. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Responding to Egeria's call, a number of warriors followed Cassiodor into battle against the monsters. This group of warriors, under Cassiodor's leadership, became known as the Marashose. Yet, as Fontaine entered an era of peace, their work gradually became obsolete. The Marashose Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melu.
I see. That explains why most of the people in the script have
Is that really a bad thing, though? It can get tough always being the one
Depends on who you ask, I suppose. If the name of the organization no longer...
Speaking of investigations, which problem should we tackle first? I vote monsters. That's the main duty of the hunters, right? We can come back to the sorcerer later.
Well said, Miss Verena. Plus, if the sorcerers really are the masterminds behind this whole thing, defeating the monsters could give us...
What about you, partner? What do you think? It's decided then.
All right. After some discussion, you decide to turn around and head out of the city.
A mí me gusta patear traseros, así que a patear traseros, ya dicho. Aunque literalmente si quisiera ir a buscar a brujo, pero más me gusta patear traseros. Aunque ahorita estoy cocinando.
What's the
You there! Outsiders, halt!
What? Who's there?
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build, and although he's trying his best to conceal his current state, his uneven gait and the sweat dripping... I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you sneaking around the city earlier, so I'll only ask this once. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, it's been a while since someone's been...
I said talk, not whisper.
Have you ever heard of the...
Marachose hunters? Ha! That fairy tale...
A huevo. Verga.
While everyone is talking, you begin to carefully observe the captain's mannerisms. Every so often, you see him glance toward a particular direction, with a pained expression on his face. As you follow his gaze, you vaguely recall that the location he seems fixated on is known for its difficult terrain.
Is that where the monsters are? Outside the forest in the area with the difficult...
The captain is taken aback by your sudden question. Still, his shock only... You're looking to fight the monsters?
Well, we're Marachose hunters after all.
He shakes his head and continues to regard you with skepticism. Those monsters aren't easy to deal with, but if you... I just hope all the guards will be able to come back to their families alive. I wish you the best of luck.
Bueno, pues sí. Vamos a ir.
Based on what the captain said, the monster should be right up ahead.
Esto parece
Let's
ser...
go. Hopefully we're not too late.
¡Paimon, dejan de interrumpirme, joder! Esto parece ser el camino hacia la parte de monstruo, el camino que cogemos para enfrentarnos al lobo de hielo. O al lobo de hielo, al lobo de viento y hielo.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards.
Oh no, el camino de
Their
hielo.
faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds. A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
Esto parece el camino hacia
It doesn't seem like there's any information to be gained from the area up ahead. You conclude that this area is best left unexplored at this time.
Tal vez el dinero de la nuestra otro lado. No sé cuánto está sí me acuerdo de esto, pero no me acuerdo dónde lo he visto. Y hace tiempo que he pasado por
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying... All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might...
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged.
Ay, no.
They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirst...
Little help here. This thing wants to eat.
Your battle round begins.
Bueno. ¿Cómo va a salir por ahí?
Watch out!
Se pone la vida
Step right up. The next battle round begins now.
Fire! Well, with rocks. Time to shower.
The monsters let out a terrifying roar of anger and resentment. Before...
Oh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marachose Hunter class came with all those preset skill points.
I never knew the photometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict. If you get unlucky.
Huh? That's part of the fun. The uncertainty of fate is what gives the...
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
A suspicious lump. Wait,
Could it be? I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should...
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate even without opening it. You can tell from the mora and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it and we can share what's inside.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it.
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards who got hurt fighting the monsters.
Wait, is that how it works? Paimon thought since we were the ones to dig it up, we could just take it for...
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game... But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marcia Say hunters. What if they think we procured the treasure you...
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up on good food? Then we'll be ready to fight even more bad guys.
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's getting late. Why don't we call it...
Wow! Where did the time go?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all, or because the story is particular...
Here. Ooh, how about... I'm not...
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me an ear...
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Huh? Another
There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Whoa, they really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and...
Something tells me you just want to finish...
That's just a coincidence, okay? Besides, to Paimon, not finishing free food feels even worse than having to buy... And anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Cloran's master.
Well...
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past. My earliest memories are of living with Master. According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute. My birth...
What a heavy...
Master was a fascinating individual. If inexperienced, my first ever toy was a short sword. Although I suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from her waist and handed to a noisy child in need of distraction.
Oh, wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child?
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned. She just stood there and casually lectured me about it. See, that's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand. I'll teach you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to look..."
Excuse me for asking this, Clorant, but...
Probably around,
3? Isn't that when most kids are still...
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways of raising children. She believed
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a Geovishap hatchling.
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet? That seems even more dangerous!
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight. Whoever...
And how old were you?
5.
Well, did you...
No, I lost.
So, you're saying you actually
Yes, but only for a week. By the end of that week, I defeated it in combat.
That really doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. She was a Marashosei hunt. Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that. Even though the training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time. We met many of her friends during those days. That was also how I met Mr.
I still remember the first time we met. You were too scared to join our picnic and hid behind Ms. Petronia the whole time.
I still hadn't really met many children my age.
After that, though, you started coming over a lot. You loved challenging people to shooting competitions, remember? I don't think many members of...
I had a lot of fun during those days.
I enjoyed them too. Oh, do you remember that one time we went exploring around the Spina together? We overheard Papa call your master Fontaine's protect. We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it...
Protector of justice. Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago?
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night. I never knew where she went or what she was doing.
20 years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all
My apologies.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. Although, calling herself the protector of order was a bit much. Especially when she deliberately operated outside the law.
Ay, hijo puta. Oh, mierda. Ay, no. Ya mismo son las 6 y parece que no vamos a mitad de la historia. Oye, literalmente, ahorita es que estoy grabando, literalmente desde el inicio una historia legendaria, no sé cuánto más. Ahorita os veo. Vamos media hora, y a las 6 ya me tengo que listar para irme a trabajar. Y lo peor es que, como les dije, a las 2 de la mañana no vamos. Güey, pensé que estaba dormido. Voy a bajar mucho el volumen. Mames, güey, pensaba que estaba dormido. Y literalmente cuando estoy despierto, 3 de la mañana. Y ustedes se han de preguntar, ¿cómo chucha está despierto a las 2 de la mañana? Literalmente, mira, loco, llegué a mi casa. Estuve jugando chances el juego, estaba explorando y todo. Decidí hacer la misión de Clorinde, pero después me puse a estar explorando el mapa, ni qué tonto. Y hubiese acabado tal vez la misión, pero bueno, ya qué pena. Ahorita ya lo que sucede, sucede. No sé si les ha pasado que ustedes planean algo y a veces no sale como quiere, porque ya pasa esto, pasa lo otro, o te entiendes en otra cosa, o te da pereza, o estás cansado y no sé qué mierda. Puta, pasan todo tipo de cosas para que no hagas lo que dijiste que ibas a hacer. Por eso a mí no me gusta planear, o sea, tengo planeado lo que voy a hacer en el día, pero ya cuando salen las cosas y ya se van de camino, ya pues no me preocupo y solo sigo como va el transcurso del día, pero no planeo todo el día, sino planeo cosas chiquitas por hacer así, para que si algo sale mal, poder hacer esa cosa sin tener que... Mierda, maldita sea, loco, 5 medias. Sin tener que desviarme tanto de lo que era lo que iba a hacer, lo que tenía planeado hacer, a cómo salió. Básicamente, creo que es así, correctamente, si estoy hablando pendejadas, disculparán ustedes, pero bueno. Y ahorita pues, no ve que yo ya llego. Estuve jugando el Ghenshin, quería grabar un video de Free Fire, pero dije, no, literalmente tengo que jugar, porque ahorita ya hay una nueva actualización. Y son 2 putas naciones que tengo que... Con Fontaine son 3. con Sumeru son 4 que tengo que acabar. O sea, tengo larguísimo y encima tengo que mejorar los artefactos de mis personajes y a mis personajes en sí para que peguen durísimo, porque literalmente mientras más avanza el transcurso de mi historia, más siento que tengo que mejorar a los personajes, porque literalmente no hago ni un chingo, así literalmente ni un puto abismo puedo pasar. Y es una cuenta que no voy a abandonar, voy a hacer todo lo posible para que salga adelante esta cuenta, loco. No voy a crearme una cuenta nueva y empezar desde cero, aunque fuera chiro también empezar desde cero. Empezar esta historia desde cero, pero no, no. Porque yo soy desesperado en ese punto también. Soy muy desesperado y me estreso y voy literalmente. Literalmente me desespero, loco. Y cuando me desespero tomo decisiones pedorras. Así que por eso tomar con calma, porque no me voy a quedar. Bueno, si es que si es que empiezo como decir, a tener más suscriptores y si la gente opina que me creo otra cuenta y empieza desde cero, pues lo haré, pero ahorita no. Ahorita voy a ver si es que mejora esta cuenta, si es que empieza a subir videos de esto y si más adelante veo que hay apoyo en esto, voy a grabar más del Genshin Impact literalmente. Aunque a veces también voy a jugar Free Fire y tengo que jugar Free Fire hoy, no sé si hoy por la tarde o mañana por el día entro a Free Fire, porque literalmente con el nuevo inicio de temporada de Free Fire creo que solo es subido de rango hasta diamante 2 por lo menos. Quiero llegar a heroico también en el juego de Free Fire. Y creo que si es que me empiezo a subir videos así, creo que me voy a concentrar más en Genshin y en Free, un poco de Free, pero de ahí más en el Genshin. Pues sí, así creo que vamos a hacer, loco. Y literalmente, loco, el Genshin. Mira, loco, en una historia y mientras hablo yo.
When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Y mientras hablo yo, ya son casi 40 minutos, casi una hora de video, loco. Pero bueno, ahorita estoy hablando porque puedo hacer la historia. Cuando esté recorriendo la historia no creo que voy a hablar mucho. Así creo que voy a grabar, no voy a hablar mucho tampoco. Si hay partes así donde está pausado un chance, sí lo voy a pausar un chance. Y voy a comentar algo, así tipo algo así como ahorita. Pero bueno, ahorita continuemos. Voy a acabar de esta parte voy a acabar esta parte y aquí y despido el video y lo subo, loco. Literalmente lo subo así tal cual. Y de ahí creo que sí voy a seguir haciendo la siguiente parte de ahí acabo como digo, acabo esto, me despido y como ya mismo tengo que alistarme para salir a trabajar. Continúo más luego. Continúo la historia de Clorín de parte 2 ya. Así, literal. Bueno, continuemos con mi historia por el momento.
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked. Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions and decided to stick to just two. The Protector of Justice.
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the two she'd used by the time she got back each night.
Well, she certainly sounds like a fascinating individual with her...
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful, independent.
But...
She suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Disappeared? What happened?
I have no idea. That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house. But Master never came to pick me up. When I returned home on my own, when she still didn't appear after a few days, I went to Mr. Callis's house to ask about her whereabouts.
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they never found...
Don't worry, I understand. To be perfectly honest, just like how, when a litter of kittens reaches a certain age, the mother willingly leaves...
Were you...
I was at first, but not anymore. I don't believe Master would suddenly disappear.
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine. You're practically a living symbol of law and justice.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her. Master always did whatever she pleased.
Who knew Clorand had such an interesting past? I wonder if Clorand's master were the champion duelist back then. Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorand and Navia are probably thinking something similar. The mood just got super awkward all of a sudden.
Well, anyway. Would you look at the time? It's getting dark, so we should probably call it a day.
I had a great time today, Miss Clorand. Thank you for...
Anytime.
The script was good, but I've got to say, hey, you should tell us more about that fight against the Geo-Bishop sometime. Maybe your master was onto something.
What does she mean, onto something? I certainly don't know any 5-year-olds who... Guess I'll head back as well. I need to save my energy if I want to continue enjoying the
You're that excited to hear about my fight with the bishop?
I was talking about the script.
Bueno chicos, esta ha sido la... A ver, déjame ver. Ping. Ping. Rapería. Acto 1. Bueno, esa ha sido la misión Rapería Acto 1 de Clorinde. Más tarde, o más tardar, porque ahorita ya es muy tarde, voy a ver si subo la segunda parte de esta historia. Que tengan una linda tarde, una linda noche y un lindo día. Cuídense mucho y adiós.